In Western music, there are only 12 pitches. So if you learn each 5-note scale or 5-finger pattern that's associated with one of those notes, then you would know all 12 in just a little under 2 weeks. So let's go over the first one, C. C is kind of where everyone starts on piano anyway. It's just a very kind of good place. There's all white keys in this one. And I've talked about half steps and whole steps before, but just to remind you, a half step means any key to the next, to the very next, and a whole step is 2 halves combined. So here to here would be a whole step, because here to here is a half and here to here is a half. So if you combine 2 half steps, then you get a whole step. The 5-note scale is made up of a pattern of whole steps and half steps. So the first one that we have is a whole step, because there's a key that comes in between. And then another whole step, because there's a key that comes in between. A half step, 1 note right to the next, and then a whole step. So it's whole, whole, half, whole. If you can put that pattern, you can start on any note if you put that pattern into place. So again, the first note for 5-finger pattern on C for a 5-note scale is C, and then D, E, F, G, F, E, D, C. Once you get that, then you can play your C chord and kind of round it out. Let's just go ahead and implement it onto another one. Let's start this time on a G note. So G, we're going to do the same pattern. Remember, it was whole, whole, half, whole. So if we start on G, we're going to do the same pattern. I'll have a whole step because there's a key in between. Whole step, there's a key in between. Half step, and then whole step. So it's whole, whole, half, whole. And it should sound just like the first one that we did, just a little bit higher because I'm starting on a higher pitch. Does that sound the same as this? Yeah, pretty much. 5-finger patterns are really nice because you don't have to worry about using, fingers that you would in a scale and kind of doing starting with a different finger every time. You only have 5 fingers, so you just need all 5 of them. I mean, hopefully you have all 5 fingers. No, not everyone has 5 fingers. My mom, my poor mom, she lost like part of this finger when she was young, and so we always tease her about it, which is really mean. But anyway, this is your goal for today, is just to do C. Whole step, half step, whole step.